Hello and welcome to Billie's Craft Room. In today's film, I'm going to show you how to make tiger paper. Tiger paper is a distressed background technique. For this project, I'll be using colour wash ink. I'll be using Stream, Denim and Eggplant, but you can choose whichever 3 colours of ink that you like. I'll also be using a mister bottle full of water, protective gloves, a selection of cardstocks, a scrap of sponge. I'm working on blank newsprint, but you could also use copier paper, and I'm spraying into a plastic bowl. Remember to protect the surface area around where you're working. The colour wash bottles are very powerful sprays. To make them easier to control for small projects, I've decanted a small amount of ink into mini mist bottles. Before you start spraying inks, make sure you've put your protective gloves on, as this will be a messy technique. Take a piece of cardstock and spray onto it using one of your inks. This is the original tiger paper. Next, I'm going to spray using Denim, and lastly the Eggplant. You'll get a much heavier spray of ink if you start close to your paper, and a lighter application if you're further away. To get the best from this technique, you want the ink to bead up on the card. Take a scrap of sponge and, holding your card in place, swipe across it. Now this is matte board that I'm working on, and I'm filming outside today, so this is drying the ink a lot quicker than it would do if I was doing this indoors. So it's dried a lot quicker, but it's still a pretty technique there, and it's best to let these pieces air dry, and that will be the same for all the samples I'm showing you today. For the next variation of tiger paper, I'm going to begin by spraying the card with water. For cardstock like matte board and watercolour paper, the inks absorb straight into the card and it doesn't leave you any time to move them around. By spraying the card with water first, the inks sit on the top of the card and give you more time to play. That was the Stream. This one's the Eggplant. As you can see, the ink sitting on the surface of the card more this time. And this one is the Denim. Take your sponge and, holding the card in place, swipe across. As you can see, the water has left the ink on the surface of the card and it's much easier to move around. You can leave it like that, or while you've still got ink on the surface, you can move it around some more. As before, it's best to leave this to dry naturally rather than speeding it up with a heat tool. You will generate a fair amount of overspray ink with these techniques, so it's handy to have a spare piece of card and just dab into to pick up any extra ink. For the last demonstration today, I'm going to use glossy card. The great advantage of glossy card is that the ink doesn't soak into it too quickly. It stays pulled on the surface, which gives you plenty of time to move it around. So I'm spraying first with a Stream, then the denim, and lastly the eggplant. You can really see on this particular piece how the ink is beading up on the surface. Whichever cardstock you use, you'll want to have that kind of level of ink to achieve the best results. Swipe over with the sponge, and that's a really nice finish as it is there. But if you want to go back in with the sponge, you can add more texture or even a pattern. As before, it's best to leave this to air dry rather than heat set with a heat tool. Here are some finished examples that feature tiger paper. For this one, I sprayed the inks on and then sprayed water on top. This one was created just using the sprayed inks but without using the sponge. This is the piece of card that I dabbed into the ink that was oversprayed during the projects. This is how the glossy cardstock finished up. And for comparison, this is on matte card, so as you can see there's quite a difference. Experiment with different cardstocks using these techniques as you will get different results. This piece was on matte board. These pieces were created using the same technique, only these feature cranberry, raisin and espresso ink. Experiment with different cardstocks as you will get different results. Here are some finished projects that feature tiger paper. The background of this ATC was created using techniques shown in today's film. And then I've used cut and dry foam to create a border around the edge. This clipboard also features a tiger paper background. I've added some stamping. The clip at the top here was decorated using alcohol inks and acrylic dabbers along the sides here. And this piece also features distressed techniques on the lettering. I hope to bring you a video at a later date to show you how to do this. Hope you've enjoyed today's film. If you have any questions, do leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye. For more inspiration, please visit the blog on www.billiescraftroom.co.uk.